Hi, you guys. So I know it's been a while, but I've had a lot to process and to think about, and just talk to God about my clear discernment on what He wants me to speak on and what I shouldn't speak on. So I just been kind of quiet, but as I've been praying to God and asking God for answers, I feel like last night I was given the answer that I was looking for. So I'm going to start speaking on everything that's been going on. And I'm going to start with this verse. It's Luke chapter 8, verse 16. No one lights a lamp and then covers it with a bowl or hides it under a bed. A lamp is placed on a stand where its light can be seen by all who enter the house. For all that is secret will eventually be brought into the open, and everything that is concealed will be brought to light and made known to all. So there's that. And I think that is important, especially when you're being gang stalked, because these people think that everything they do to harm someone is going to be concealed and it's never going to come out. But I can tell you right now, 110%, my faith stands with God. And I truly do believe if you ask God, if you seek God, if you make God your fortress and your foundation, that you will be vindicated, that God will bring you justice. And I know I've been saying it and I'll keep saying it. I know 110% that my story is going to be known, and I know that I will I will get justice. No justice, no peace. My ancestors keep like ringing it in my ear. I hear it all the time. I've been walking around and I'll see like things that say, something about no justice, no peace, or God knows what you want, stickers and things like that. So I take all those as signs from God, signs from the universe, signs from my ancestors to let me know, like, I know the process is long, and I know, you just want to give up, but don't keep pushing. So, for anyone that's wanting to give up, because maybe you're going through the same situations that I am, don't give up. Don't do it. It's keep fighting for yourself because you're worthy of something. God didn't bring you here on this earth for no reason. And I can tell you now, the minions in Grudge, they are no one compared to God. So let them continue to be minions in Grudge and do their little missions that they feel like are, I'm going to call the missions impossible, because it is impossible without God. Whatever missions that they try to conquer up, um, it's not going to happen because we have God and we are children of God. We belong to God. But with that being said, like last night I was going through YouTube, and I honestly don't know his name. I'll look it up and then I'll, type it in the comments or something. But I was going through YouTube and I seen this guy that was talking about the 5 stages of gang stalking. Um, so I was like, well, let me listen to what they are. Well, all 5 stages I have been through, so I'm pretty sure they're correct. So I'm going to tell you the 5 stages that I wrote down that he said are the 5 stages of gang stalking. So, stage one, covert surveillance. Get to know the aspect or the targeted individual. That's their first step, is to get to know you. And at this point, you don't even know you're being gang stalked. They're sending people in that you think you're making friends with, or that you're, just a new coworker or something. And all along, they're trying to, you know, figure you out, see what you're about. That's step one. Step two, long term psychology. So this is when the gang stalking begins, basically, when they start following you and you have no privacy. They're making it very abundantly clear that, they're gang stalking you, that they're watching you, that, because I would say in stage one, you probably have been followed. And for me, I know it's been my entire life, most of my life. But for some of you, it may just be a few years that they've been following you. And now at this point, they're brave. We're like, oh, we're going to show them, we're not scared. But if you cower down to them, then they're going to think that they can keep doing it. Because I've already said this story a billion times. I remember hiding under a tree for 3 hours. It was like 2 o'clock in the morning. And I was frightened for my life hiding under this tree. And every time a car passed by, I remember just praying, like, God, please just keep me safe. Like, it's not just that, it's there's been numerous instances where I felt like my life was literally in jeopardy and I was afraid. And once I started standing back up to them and started watching them the way they watched me, dude, if I had binoculars now, I would still carry them around. But I remember there was a point where I was carrying binoculars around me, like wrapped around me, so they know, like, I'm watching y'all just like y'all are watching me. Maybe there's one of me, but I have binoculars too, so I can see y'all 30, 40 feet away. But my binoculars broke because, the honey trap broke them. But if I did have binoculars, I would definitely carry them around and not care who sees them and who doesn't, because they don't care if they see you. They want you to know. They'll do little tactics, like the guy said, pretty eyes, which I thought was funny because that has happened to me where, I've had two or three guys in one day be like, oh, your eyes are pretty. Oh, you look pretty. Well, the guy basically said that's what they do to let you to let it be known that they are following you or that they're watching you, which, I mean, I'm no longer afraid because I know the most that they can do is torture me, and I'm not afraid of that because God has already told me what will happen to me. um and I know where I'm going to go at the end of this entire thing. I know that I get to spend eternal life with God and I get to be in his presence. And um this world's been hard, so I'm definitely not afraid to go be with God and be happy and in peace finally. So I'm okay with that. But that's stage 2. Stage 3, they start conditioning their targeted individuals. So now you probably have a handler, or like I call mine, a honey trap, which is someone that they brought into your life that is now basically someone you trust and that you're listening to, basically. So in my situation, like, I have my honey trap, and like I'm in a relationship with him, so we a lot of arguments would happen when I was working. So I eventually quit my job, and now I have to rely on strictly him. But that's something that they wanted, me not realizing it then, and me not even knowing at the time that he was definitely part of it. I was trying to make everything as calm as possible at home. And if that meant for me to quit my job to have peace at home, then that's what I did. And obviously, that was a huge mistake. Um, but it's them conditioning you and having this individual tell you what to, even if it's a best friend. Maybe you're trying to seek advice from your best friend, and they're giving you all the wrong advice. I mean, it may sound good, but maybe the advice that they're giving you is leading you um, even closer into their trap. So you have to be vigilant about um, who you're speaking to and who you're not. I realized, I guess, like a year into it, like, okay, I can't talk to nobody. I can't tell anybody anything. I can't speak to anyone about my next move. I can't speak to not a single person. I can't speak to anyone about where I'm going to go next or where I'm moving or what I'm doing, because then they all eventually know. And I caught on to that because, like, if I would tell, like, for instance, my honey trap, like, hey, I'm gonna go to the store this evening, I'll be at Target. Then I'll go to Target, and people that I never even used to see in Target, and I used to go to Target all the time, are now in Target. You know what I mean? Like, are people, even then, pay attention, because I've lived in the city of Lubbock my whole life. Half the people that I see now, I've never seen before. And I'm not trying to be rude, but they're either just straight, like, um oh, God forgive me for saying this, but trash, or they have really expensive high-end money, and they have, and I've never been around, like, in between like that, where I've seen people like that. I'm normally, my whole life, have been around middle class people, so those are the people I'm used to being around and I'm used to seeing. And that I But then when I started being gang stalked, and I started it's either rich or poor, or I guess, I don't like to say poor, because I feel like even when you're poor, I'm poor. I don't have a penny to my name, but I still do my best to, like, upkeep myself. You know what I mean? Look good. Try to, like, maintain the best I can. These people look like, God forgive me, just straight trash, and you can tell, like, by even their demeanor and the things that they do and how they try to, like, bully. And I guess, like, I shouldn't be hateful like that, but that's what it is. Like, they're bullies, they're hateful, they'll be smoking cigarettes and I'll pass by and they'll blow it right in my face. And like, to me, that's just disrespectful and it's trash. Like, so I'm gonna call it how I see it. Like, and I pray to God that He forgives me. And I really ain't judgmental. If I see someone on the corner just smoking, and if they're minding their own business, I'm minding my own business, and like we have nothing to say to each other, I don't sit there and judge. But when they do things like that, then it does make me take a look at them and be like, okay, yeah, now you know what I mean. But that's what was that? That was the third stage that they do. So the fourth stage, it says complete chaos. So at this point, let's go through the other three stages. They were, getting to know you. They're making it known that they're stalking you. That's the stage two. Stage three, they have conditioned you now to now where you're isolated from your family, from your friends, from you have no one but this one person that has been conditioning you. And then stage four, complete chaos. And complete chaos is where basically the masks come off. And now they know you have no family, you have no friends, you have no support system, you have absolutely nothing and nobody but this handler. And this handler is abusive, not only emotionally abusive, but physically abusive every day. You're walking around on eggshells because you're unsure like what to say or how you can say it, and it's complete chaos. You do feel like you're in complete chaos. You feel like you're in turmoil and there's no way of even getting out and you don't know where to go. It's like you're trying to climb and you're just slipping down the wall and you feel like you're stuck and there's nowhere to go. There's nothing to do there. Like you just feel defeated. That's what they want you to feel like. That's what they want you to be like. They want you to know that you are isolated. They want you to know that you're unloved. They want you to know you have no support system. They want you to know like you have to rely on me if you want to eat, and that's what it is. They want you to feel all these things, but I'm telling you now, you don't have to feel those things because you are loved. You are loved by God. You are loved by people like me who pray every day for people that are in my situation and the less fortunate than me and the ones that are even more fortunate than me because sometimes greed, jealousy and greed are some of the most those are the two wickedest things in this entire earth because for you to be jealous of someone and be so hateful of them just because they're being them, that you would come together and come to a smear campaign and target them and try to make their life miserable because you don't like them, because you're jealous of whatever it is, and then to try to hurt someone in that same aspect for money, it's just it's a scums of the earth, honestly. Like I do not have any respect for any of these individuals. I do pray for them, but I don't have respect for them. And my honey trap's always like, "Well, stop mean mugging them." Well, I'm gonna mean mug. You want me to smile at them? I'm not gonna sit there and be like, "Oh, hi," and smile. And no, I'm not gonna do that. I'm gonna walk around mean mug because what they've done to me, I am upset and I am mad, and I have been praying to God, and I have prayed to God, like, and I feel like I am now like pretty much over the whole thing. But that doesn't mean, yeah, if I'm not just rude to people. So if you see me at the store and I'm holding the door, I'm not just gonna let the door go. I'm gonna stay holding the door for you. I'm gonna say, have a good day, and like, yeah, God bless you and things like that. But like, I'm not going to sit there and, just be friendly and come up to someone and make a conversation. I'm just not going to do that because they know what they've done. I know what they've done. And with my discernment from God, thank God, I thank God every day for it. I can tell you right now, just by looking at someone, I can tell you if they've been part of it, if they haven't been, what their ulterior motive was, why they were doing it. I know a lot, and I thank God every day for giving me that clear discernment. And I can tell you now, if you see God and you ask God to give you clear discernment and to expose these people, expose all things that they've done in the dark and bring it to light, then I 100%, 110% believe that and put my faith in God that He will. So that was stage four, complete chaos. And then there's stage five, is a program designed. Um, Stage five is basically now they know you have no one, you have no support, and now they're not only is it now just stalking outside of your home, it's now in your home. And I think this is their final step of like they want you to know that they're surveillancing you, they're watching you in your own home, that nothing you do is private, nothing that you'll ever do is private. And honestly, I think at this point at stage 5, you're either like me where you're fed up and just angry and mad, um and just don't give a flying f, you know what I mean, because that's exactly how I feel, I'm not gonna lie. Or a lot of us victims, even though they don't like us to call ourselves victims, but that's what we are. Don't put someone in a mindset or in a stage or in a position where they have to be a victim, and we won't say we're victims. um, but will unfortunately unalive themselves, because it becomes so much that it just feels unbearable. I mean, these people will take the people that you love with all your heart that you never thought would betray you. They'll use your own children against you. And that has been my biggest hurdle, where I am angry and I am mad. You know, my babies are my world. Before they came in and interrupted my entire life, I was living a normal life, but that's what they wanted. They wanted me to feel like I was living a normal life, so that way um, I was I wasn't focused on realizing that I was being um, surveillance since I was a child. They gave me the opportunities to live a normal life, um, just to rip it away from me. You know what I mean? And that has been one of the biggest things that I have been over and over again just praying to God about, because it's one thing to hurt me, that's fine. It's one thing to do things to me, but to my children, and that's where they cross the line. That's what makes me angry, and that's what infuriates me. That's what pisses me the F off. And that I cannot be okay with. And I don't care what judge, what lawyer, what police officer is involved. I'm going to speak my mind on it. I don't give no F's. Them messing with my children is one thing that is not okay with me. And I'm tell you right now, anyone that ever placed a hand on my children or were any part of involving my children, you will you will feel the repercussions of what you did, because it's not okay. That's my biggest prayer to God every day. And that's for any child, not just any child that anyone has hurt or done any damage to or anything. I hope and pray every day that God has true mercy on your soul and that he does place his vengeance on you, because that to me is just so uncalled for to involve children. Y'all are grown, adolescent, adults, obviously. And the reason why I say this, something had to happen during their adolescence for them to still continue to either they be okay, I'm thinking either they became the bully during their adolescence time, which they continued to be a bully, or they were bullied during their adolescence, which made them a bully now in their adult life. Like, why would you? Sorry, y'all, my nose is running. So, but why would you carry that on? Why would you want to be a bully if you were bullied? Or why would you not grow from that? Why aren't you evolving in life? Why aren't you being a better person in life than continually be a bully? Like, what happened to you during your adolescence that you're so caught up into someone else's life, or you're so greedy with money, or you're so jealous or envious? Like, what happened? Y'all need to focus on yourselves, gang stalkers. Y'all are cults or organizations or coverts, whatever the heck y'all want to call yourselves, because I really don't care. I'm gonna call y'all the minions and Grooge, and I would love to know who Grooge is. Please bring Grooge to my face. But that's what they are to me. They're the minions and Grooge, and that's what I'm gonna continue to call them. But they just, what happened? Why y'all need to focus on yourselves? Y'all need to put a big, long, huge. Y'all need a room full of mirrors, and y'all need to look at yourselves and evaluate yourselves before y'all start evaluating and judging other people. I've already told y'all I don't care what y'all see. I genuinely don't care what y'all see or what y'all know about me. I don't care. I remember one of my first videos. I had ice. It was hot outside. I had ice. I was rubbing it all over my face, and I put it in my mouth and ate it. That's just how I am. I don't care. I grew up, and I'll keep saying it. I grew up where I ran outside without shoes on, and would hold horny toads in my hand or frogs, and they would say you would get warts. So I've never got a wart on my hand. I will eat food off the floor that I dropped. Okay, I'm gonna pick it up and eat it. It's to me, it's nothing. Those are germs that build my immune system. I don't care what y'all know about me. I don't care what y'all know about my body. I don't care what y'all know about anything. And that too, like they're so these are the like little mind games that they play. So this is when I first got with Travis. So this is about like 2 years ago, maybe. I had never done a foot pill on my foot, right? So I had ordered these masks, these foot masks, that say that they will peel the skin off your feet. And I'm thinking like, oh yeah, I'm gonna do this. My feet are gonna be, nice and soft. And so I got the foot pill, and I wish I would have never ever got that foot pill, because it's taken a few years now, honestly, like since then till now, for my feet to get way better. But that foot pill just peeled off half the skin, not even the way it showed on the video. And like, I was struggling for a minute because of that foot pill, and I would cry all the time like, I wish I would have never used that foot pill. What was I thinking? Like, why did I do that? So now everyone is like, oh, her feet are rusty. Well, like, I'll show you. Like, I don't these are my feet, and like there's no, you can see there's no crust on them the way people continuously try to say like there's crust on my feet. No, crust on my feet. That would happen because of a foot pill, and now everyone wants to make jokes about it, which I guess, like I said, I don't have to show y'all, but I'm gonna show y'all just to shut y'all up. But I don't give a what y'all think. I just don't. So, with that being said, here's my 5 stages, and I added a stage. So, stage one, and this is what I would tell you if you're being gang stalked: follow these stages. Stage one, they fooled me, which they did because I didn't know that I was being surveillanced. Stage two, I can play any game. So with me, after the night under the tree, I remember when I came to it, and like I got this dream, and like, I remember thinking like, I'm not gonna let them do this to me anymore. They want to play a game, I'm gonna play it back. What's gonna happen? They're gonna kill me, they're gonna torture me. Okay, then I'll take it because I know where I'm going. So I started playing their game back. Stage two, I can play the game back. Stage three, they can look, they can surveillance me in my home, they can look at me outside, they can look at me anywhere and everywhere. And I don't give a flying F. That's my stage three. Don't give a flying F. Don't care. Their humiliation rituals, their degrading, them talking about you, you can't care, because if you care, then they're going to keep doing it to antagonize you. Give it to God. Let God be the judge of what they do. I honestly, truthfully don't give a flying F what any of them think. And like, I think about this all the time because, I've dated a few good looking men, and these few good looking men that I've dated, they'll go to work, they work hard, and they come home, and guess what? Their feet stink like anybody else's. Their shit smells worse than anybody else's. Their little things that they do, picking their nose and peeling their toes, their whatever it is that you think these good looking men or women don't do, believe me, they do it. But no one's there to put a microscope underneath them to say, let me see what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like, no, their poop stinks just like everybody else's. So they can kiss my, I don't give a flying F. I really don't. So I would encourage you not to give a flying F either, and just do you. Like, just walk around, do whatever you, don't let them ever see the defeat on your face, because they're not going to defeat you. And stage four, God will always conquer. Yes, remember that. When you go to their stage four is complete chaos. Remember, when you're going through the chaos, chill. Oh well, let all the chaos unfold, because at the end of the day, God got you. At the end of the day, God will conquer and God will win, and the victory has always been with God. So that's it. Stage five, game over. So at stage five, you're either gonna, like I said, unalive yourself. You're most likely unalive yourself. I don't see no other way out. If I didn't have God, I probably would feel that way, honestly. But because I have God, I am so grateful to God for it. So game over. What are they gonna do? So either they're gonna have to come and put their hands on me and literally kill me if they want me gone, or unalive me. Sorry, unalive me if they want me gone, or it is what it is. But then I have stage 6, New World Order, which means stage 6. Let's explain that. New World Order. That's stage 6 for us that are being gang stalked, us that are being victimized, us that have been harassed. New World Order. God declared it and He said it's going to happen, and it is going to happen. All the wicked, evil ways of this world is going to come to an end, and it's going to stop. God is not okay with what they're doing and how they're being, and the hatefulness and the greed and the jealousy and the nastiness of just everything that they do. Because when you have a handler, I'm gonna tell you right now, this handler is gonna sleep with every one of your enemies, gonna sleep with all your exes. So your handler is probably bisexual, because they try to break your heart to the point of um you falling completely apart. That's what they do. So be prepared for that, and know that I want you guys to know, most importantly, is that New World Order is coming, and God will defeat our enemies. God will conquer what He created. It's His, it's not y'all's. And at the end of the day, remember, your gang stalkers, they're nothing. They're mere people. They're little bitty ants. They're little minions, for real, little toy minions to God. They cannot defeat our God. No. And God did not send His Son here, Joshua, to die on the cross for us to be evil, hateful, ugly, mean towards each other. That's not what God wants. He makes it clear all the time, love your neighbor the way you love yourself. And that's not very hard to do. So for me, the fact that these adolescents minions are doing this, like, Grooge needs to start teaching them for real. Like, the lesson will be taught until the lesson is learned. Well, you need to start teaching your minions that their little mission is a mission impossible, because with God, y'all aren't going to be able to do it, because God's the only one that and that God's the only one that can make anything and everything possible. So I'm not scared. And I would encourage you not to be scared either. And just remember, seek God always. Put God first. Make God be. Let God be. Make Him be. Ask God to come in and be your shepherd, to lead you where He wants you, to allow you to use your eyes to see clarity, your hands to do His work, your heart to be kind and loving and compassionate and everything that He is, your feet to lead you to where He wants you to be. Please, I encourage you. And remember, they're not going to get away with what they're doing. That being said, you guys have a great day.